So my last video, I ranked every team's best point guard in franchise history, and today I figured might as well expand that to every position, right? So the rules are the same as last time. They've had to stay there for more than 4 years. You can't be picked twice, and the rankings based on their career, not what they did with the team. Starting off with Marc Gasol for the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant hasn't played enough, and Mike Conley will never do it for me. Up next, the Hornets with Kemba Walker. This team literally has no one else but LaMelo Ball. I know if I don't clear this up, then I'll have to hear this shit in the comments. Alonzo Mourning did not play for the Hornets we have today. That team became the Pelicans. Up next, Kyle Lowry with the Toronto Raptors. He helped Kawhi in the KD Warriors. Other than that, there's nothing here. The Washington Wizards. Now, Wes Unseld's their best player. The last time they were good was because of this guy. Even Michael Jordan couldn't save this awful franchise. The only thing they've ever done to make my life any better was give Gilbert Arenas playing time. Next up, Reggie Miller with the Pacers. Now, let's be honest, his talents couldn't take him that far in his era, especially on the Pacers. And, if he came into the league 20 years later, he would either have been a, J.J. Redick or, someone similar to a prime Klay Thompson. We got to remember that, not many people have built their career off making threes and being a superstar. Really only Curry. And I just don't see him translating at all to modern NBA. And he didn't belong where he was at the time. It's just a very weird player to rank. Up next, Jason Kidd with the Brooklyn Nets. Known for never cheating in any sports at all, Jason Kidd's just boring, and he honestly just seems like such a scumbag. Look at him. Look at his haircut, too, and his mustache. The New Orleans Pelicans, Anthony Davis, when he's not on the injury report like Zion Williamson, he puts up dominant numbers. I don't know what to say about him, really. I always had really high hopes for him, and I just feel such disappointment towards him, especially now that he's in Dallas. I don't see his career taking an upturn at all. I think he's on the backside of it, and we won't ever see another career year from him. Atlanta Hawks with Dominique Wilkins. Now, this is Embiid's legacy, considered to be one of the best, but when put up against other talents similar to him, he always loses. Dominique never made it past second round, just like Embiid. Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash. What a fucking fraud. Up next, Utah Jazz, John Stockton. You can't be in my top 20 without a fucking ring, you loser. Portland Trailblazers, Bill Walton. Now, Bill Walton is an example of what injuries can do to a player and how it can affect their talent. In his prime, there was no stopping him at all. He won a ring on his own in Portland, but then later on in his career, he pulled a Nate Archibald and joined Larry Bird for a ring also. Willis Reed with the New York Knicks. Not even Knicks fans know who this guy is, but here's a reminder. The last time y'all won anything was because of him back in 1973. Sacramento Kings with Oscar Robinson. Now, the Big O was a phenomenal player, but if you look at his playoffs records, it consists of missed playoffs, first round, second round, first round, missed playoffs, carried by Kareem, conference finals, second round, finals. So regular season greatness is the only thing we can base this off, just like James Harden, Chris Paul, and almost David Robinson. The Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade. He gave Shaq his only ring where Shaq was not the best player on the court. Dwayne Wade was great, but his play style does not have a lot of longevity. Age and injury catches up to any, explosive combo guard like him. I choose to forget, D-Wade's career after LeBron left. You can call it cope. I call it positive visualization. Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett. Now, Kevin Garnett wasted his prime here. He stayed here for way too long, didn't get anywhere in the playoffs. The Timberwolves are really just a giant joke of a franchise, and Anthony Edwards' career is going to be the same if he stays there for too long. Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki. Now, I understand that 15's a little bit low for some people with this guy, but there wasn't enough output to put him above some of these players above him. And he isn't bad. It's just, we're talking about some of the greatest players ever. Well, you need to be, spot on. And I don't think he was. He won an MVP and got the trophy right after an embarrassing loss to the playoffs. His only championship was against the Heatles, which, very good team. But he had other opportunities that didn't go well either. Up next, the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard. Who else was I supposed to pick? Fucking Chris Paul. The Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, it's no secret, Giannis is the second best big man in the league currently. He has one title, and he really speaks for himself. If he wants to take his career, a step higher, he needs to leave the Bucks, though, is the only thing. I don't see them, building a dynasty around him. The past, 2 or 3 years has been pretty hard to watch. Yeah, they gave him Damian Lillard, but I mean, it was a little too late to pick up Damian Lillard, I think. If they did this 5 years earlier, it would have been great, but I mean, he was old and he got hurt, and he just wasn't the same. Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. Now, I talked about in last video, all you really need to know is he made Michael Jordan cry. Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic. Now, it's too early to give him a complete ranking, obviously. He has the talent. He doesn't need an amazing super team around him to win, unlike Kevin Durant, but I mean, we just need to see more output for him. I mean, it speaks for himself. You look at the season he's having currently, the season he had last year and the year before that. I mean, the talent's undeniable. But his career is far from over, so, I mean, only time will tell. Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem's one of the best big men of all time, but he's in the 10th spot for avoiding Michael Jordan in the finals. I guess Larry Bird still haunts his nightmares at night. I mean, can you really imagine that? Really? Hakeem sleeping next to his wife at night. He's dreaming. What is he dreaming about? The great white hope, Larry Bird, and the Celtics storming the floor in Game 6. Hakeem, scared, wakes up, shakes his wife awake, and she rocks 7-foot Hakeem back to bed. OKC Thunder, Kevin Durant. He's here off of pure talent. He has only rings from joining a 73-9 team that already had an MVP playing in his prime and was structured to go to the finals every year. Kevin Durant would be more favorable if he stayed at OKC, even if he didn't win anything. People would look at him better. He made the league unwatchable for 2-3 years just by joining the Warriors, and I don't know anyone who has much to say positive about him anymore. Philadelphia 76ers, Wilt Chamberlain. Monogamy poster child, Wilt Chamberlain played for both the Philadelphia Warriors and then the 76ers. Wilt's probably the best athlete the sport's ever seen up to this point. So it sucks to see that he only got one ring, even teaming up with that prime Jerry West, where he struggled in the finals with injuries. And the main reason why was he's too busy off the court with everyone's grandma. And if you think I'm lying, there's a reason why your grandpa's favorite player is Bill Russell. Because if you go in your grandma's room, you'll probably find a picture of her and Wilt in a bedroom, one of her photo albums. Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry. Now, Curry ruined the NBA by making it a requirement that any position has to be able to shoot, 40 from beyond the arc to play any starting minutes, but he's the best shooter of all time. He's the only three-point, heavy player that ever made a winning career. And, he has 4 championships, 2 being butt buddy rings, and one, he won because Kyrie was hurt. So, I mean, he has one real championship, which is, better than some people on this list, but that's, how it really is. He only has one finals MVP. Boston Celtics, Larry Bird. Now, I didn't know who to pick. I kind of wanted to pick Bill Russell for the rings, but I decided to pick Larry Bird for the talent. Now, Larry Bird, like Magic, was drafted into the best, situation possible for him, and he benefited from a great team like his rival. But if it wasn't for Magic just being the better player, he might have gotten more than 3 rings. San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan. Now, Duncan is the second best system player of all time, right behind Michael Jordan. He has 5 rings in different eras. He always found a way to the finals no matter where he was in his career, but he never went back-to-back, which leaves him here at the 5th spot. Orlando Magic, Shaquille O'Neal. When it comes to sheer dominance, nothing beats prime Shaq. He was averaging 36 points a night in the finals for his 3-peat in LA. I wonder how Kobe fans feel knowing that he was only the best player in one of his finals, unlike LeBron James. Up next, Lakers with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's the best big man of all time, and I've heard people say, well, Kareem had no bag. Well, he was that good. I mean, what are you going to do about Skyhook? I mean, what the hell are you going to do? You spend, half your time as a plumber, the other half playing for the, San Antonio Spurs. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to fucking block Kareem's shot. No, you're not. Stop being silly. And the second best of all time, Michael Jordan with the Chicago Bulls. Now, Michael is the second best player of all time because he's very team-reliant. I mean, did you know he never won a playoff series without Pippen? He never had a winning season without him. He might be the GOAT of having empty stats, beating out James Harden in that category, but not the greatest of all time. And in the number 1 spot, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James. Now, let's be honest. LeBron's bigger, faster, better in bed than Michael Jordan. And MJ stands will always bring up his finals count. But if MJ faced the KD Warriors, even his team with the unfair CBA rules in the 90s would lose too. With his career coming to the end, we can finally look back at it. I mean, he has the hardest ring of all time, beating out a 73-9 team. It's safe to say he's the greatest player of all time. And if you don't like that, well, it's my video. I think Daddy LeBron is the best. Well, this is going to be the end for this series for a little while. I'm going to focus on some other things. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me who your top five of all time is.